Welcome to another week of Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I am joined by producer and co-host Doug Weishuttle. Doug, what's up?
NBA's in full swing. We got the World Series shifting over to Los Angeles.
Do we all think they're done now? The Dodgers are done. I mean, I'm looking at the lines right now. They're going game by game. I haven't found the lines for the. I mean, if you put money on the Dodgers to win the World Series now, I'm wondering what it would be.
A lost cause.
Yeah, probably. You're probably throwing your money into a hole.
It's just one of those things. They look like they're just walking into a buzzsaw with the Red Sox offense right there. They just seem to be having timely hitting, and it's all with 2 outs.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because they switch over to National League Park now, and we'll see how the pitchers hit for the Red Sox. But I don't know. Boy, it's going to be interesting.
It's fun to watch how it switches from AL to DL with the DH and all that stuff. But again, once it gets back to Boston, if LA sweeps in LA, I still don't see them beating Boston in Boston.
Well, what is it? The next 3 games in LA, right?
Yeah. So. They have to sweep them in LA to get it back to Boston.
Boy, it'll be interesting. So, I'm looking at all the lines for Vegas and New Jersey, and it's they're still going by the games. But believe it or not, the Dodgers are favored for the next game, so we shall see. So, be interesting. But, hey, it's been a busy week in sports, so let's take a ride on the Turnpike. And this week's trip down the Turnpike is sponsored by the Michigan Online Lottery. Choose from over 50 online lottery games today, including their new Halloween-themed games, all online at the Michigan Lottery. And now get 10 free games of Queen of Diamonds when you sign up using our promo code Radio10 at MichiganLottery.com. That's promo code Radio10 at MichiganLottery.com. Must be at least 18 years or older, a Michigan resident, and in Michigan to play online.
Exit 1.
Well, I had a whole list of things to talk about right off the bat, but 2 things just recently have taken precedent. One is we have our very first lawsuit between New Jersey sportsbooks.
And it's really weird. I mean, look, we're both lawyers and we're trained to analyze the evidence, but wow, what a slam dunk case this is. Why don't you explain it?
Well, we have William Hill, who seems to be always in the news when it comes to sports betting on a good side, but this is William Hill has filed a lawsuit for copyright infringement against the FanDuel Sportsbook. According to the complaint, William Hill alleges that FanDuel basically took their entire how-to sports betting guide and used it as their own and disseminated it to their customers, followers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, and by the way, when they say, we think you lifted some of our spots of this how-to guide, apparently in the FanDuel how-to guide, they actually have William Hill's name in it.
Yeah, in a couple instances, they didn't have the brains to take out William Hill and replace it with FanDuel. All it would have taken was a find and replace on the word processor, but I guess they were too lazy to do that.
Well, who knows?
If that's actually the case.
Well, yeah, we'll see. It's interesting. We actually went to the opening of the FanDuel Sportsbook in the Meadowlands, and I haven't looked at it yet, but I actually have one of those how-to guides because they were giving them out. They gave out T-shirts, how-to guides. They gave out pens.
It's not clear if it's the how-to guide that they were giving out the physical sportsbook versus the online sportsbook.
I have to check that out.
I have to check that out,
too.
But,
it's interesting. I forget. I just realized I have a how-to guide at home from FanDuel.
But, it'll be interesting. I mean, they filed a complaint. We'll see if it stands a motion to dismiss right off the bat. To get a prima facie case for copyright infringement, you got to have 2 things. You got to show access and also substantial similarity. Now, from what we saw, the second one seems to be...
you got it.
Yeah.
Well, I think both are easy. I mean, like I said, they've
got access out. Because, they're everywhere.
So we'll see how this one turns out. I think it was a case of, hey, we got to get these things out right away, and I guess it wasn't just...
It was just too quick.
Just an oversight, and just they were pushing to get things out. And we'll see what happens, but allegedly that's what happened.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens as it goes along. It takes a while to go through the system.
I'm sure it's going to be worked out.
Oh, yeah.
It won't go to court.
There'll be a settlement somewhere along the line. So the next little topic that came out was that the New Jersey Devils have announced that they're going to have a William Hill Sports Lounge in the whatever they call their arena there. I don't want to say the Meadowlands because they don't play in the Meadowlands.
It's a Prudential, or isn't it? Or something like that.
Hang on, let me look it up.
You know, we're from New Jersey, and we don't even know where the Devils play.
Because they keep moving it around and keep changing it. It used to be the Izod Center.
It's the Pru.
It's the Prudential Center.
Prudential Center.
And it's going to be located outside Section 18 on the main concourse, and it's going to be open year-round, not just for Devils games.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm getting too old and my memory is failing. But the NHL, isn't this the same NHL that was opposing New Jersey getting sports betting? Is this what I'm hearing? What I'm hearing about the Vegas Golden Knights having the sports betting ties and these
No, you must have the wrong NHL.
Or now the Devils. Now, am I wrong? Am I crazy now? Or is this...
No, that NHL doesn't exist anymore. This is the brand new NHL.
So.
They're embracing the sports betting.
Oh, remember that 7-year court battle? Just forget about that. Let's work together.
Yeah. Continuing with the William Hill storyline, obviously. Yesterday, Tropicana launched their temporary sports book that's being run by William Hill. And this is now the 6th casino on the boardwalk that
think so.
A sports book.
So which ones don't now? It's Caesars and Hard Rock right now. Hard Rock I know is applying for something. But
Hard Rock is going to get one at some point.
Okay.
But
we don't know if Hard Rock is going to get a physical one, a brick and mortar one that you can walk into, or they're just going to do it online.
They've applied for all of it, and we'll see how they launch it and in what order. But again, Hard Rock still has that issue with the NFL, the Miami Dolphins Stadium there. Yeah, they have the naming rights to the Miami Dolphins Stadium. But the thing is, look what all the NHL is doing. They're putting sports book operators into their arenas. There's tons of signage. There's tons of promotion. I mean, I don't know why the NFL would have a problem with Hard Rock having a brick and mortar sports book, but it's part of the NFL bylaws there with the the advertising issues and all that other stuff.
Sure.
So they got to figure that one out to see exactly. I mean, hopefully it's not what Golden Nugget has to endure, which is a complete ban on the NBA to do sports betting.
Yeah, because the owner, Tillman Fertitta, is owner of the Houston Rockets. So if you want to bet the NBA at the Golden Nugget, you're not going to do it.
No, and it already cost them the Sugar House online sports book.
Yeah, what was it? Play Sugar House?
Play Sugar House canceled their contract on the sports betting only. They're still with them, Rush Street Gaming. They're still with them for the online casino, but they're not with Golden Nugget for sports betting because they wanted to offer the NBA stuff.
Well, I got to tell you, that the Golden Nugget situation, that's more directly involved. I mean, we have an owner of a NBA team owning a casino with a sports book in it. I can see the NBA's point on that one, but I'm not sure I see the NFL's point in the Miami Dolphins Hard Rock situation.
You got to let the NFL catch up to the times here because they're still fighting all of this too. So we'll see what happens with that. But moving over into Pennsylvania, Parks Casino just recently announced that they're in the process of building their sports book. They actually had signs up everywhere saying, please pardon our appearance while we remodel. Sports betting is coming soon.
Can I just say I love Parks Casino? Even though we live in New Jersey, Parks Casino is our closest casino. And that's what hurts, Atlantic City, because it's in one corner of the state, and you have this other whole 3/4 of the state not able to go right away to Atlantic City. But I love Parks Casino.
Well, all the remodeling they're doing, the Parks Excite Center, the new poker room, they're doing some really major work there, and I think they're doing a good job. Once they get a hotel on the property,
which they're building, right?
They're building a parking garage.
That's a big parking garage.
Yeah, but
hey, where is this sports book going to be?
That I don't know because all I saw was the signs. Part of appearance. I'm assuming it's going to be where the horse racing is.
That would
because they got the poker room out of there.
That would be logical because it's two buildings. And they had the poker room in the second building, but now they moved the poker room into the main area where the gaming floor is, where all the slots and where all the other table games are.
Actually, the poker room's right next to the Excite Center.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting traffic match if there's a concert versus a poker tournament.
Park certainly has enough room for a sports book, and it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, no, and that entire one building that has the horse racing stuff and now that they moved the poker room out of there, they don't have really anything but horse racing there. Mm. So we'll see where they...
horse racing, the race book and the sports book typically would go together.
Because they have the tellers.
It's the same kind of process.
It's.
Borgata has it in the same room.
Well, you got to think about it. It's almost just an upgrade on the software. On certain of the computers. That's all it is. And you know what? They've got enough space there. They've got to do something with it. They've got space there to make a really, really, really nice sports book.
Oh, it's an enormous amount of space there.
So I'll be interested to see who actually comes in as a partner with them for this stuff. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if it's going to be William Hill again. So going into now Mississippi. Oh, actually, before I forget, one little thing on last thing for New Jersey. 3 of the sports betting apps just got permission from Apple to be released for iOS users, the Apple operating system users.
I was shocked to hear this. I couldn't believe that so many people using Apple devices, they didn't have access to sports betting apps in New Jersey, which is ridiculous.
It's not a matter of they were not doing it. It just takes a while for an Apple app to be approved sometimes, and with this sort of regulation involved, it's a highly regulated field, so the App Store had to take its extra time. I mean, they had applied, they put it in. It was just a matter of going through the process of getting approved. Yeah,
usually the apps for Apple are usually cooler than the ones that for whatever the next
Android,
yeah. I even have Android. I forgot the name of it.
I got a BlackBerry.
Yeah. Well, it's
which is an Android.
They're usually better apps, and it's surprising that Android had the betting apps before Apple.
It's easier to get those approved,
I guess.
So, moving over to the next state, Mississippi, released their numbers on sports betting. After the first full month of football, they had $31.7 million in handle.
Wow.
And they got $5.5 million in overall revenue for the month of September. And the one little note here that I thought was kind of stood out for me was SEC football alone accounted for nearly 3/4 of all sports revenue for that month.
Well, SEC football down there is religion.
Well, that's the only football they really have.
Bet on it.
I mean, SEC football takes precedent over pro football sometimes with that stuff. And last but not least, we have the American Gaming Association released an updated study on what they feel the profits will be because of sports betting for the 4 major leagues. They're anticipating an overall boost in profits for $4.2 billion. Which is almost twice what they actually had initially estimated for.
Sure.
NFL $2.3 billion, NHL $216 million extra, NBA just over $400 million, MLB $1.1 billion. So they're anticipating a windfall for all these, and they're saying it's basically going to be because of fan engagement, more so than anything else.
Well, I guess also the endorsements and advertising and things like that. We're seeing a lot of the signage in different NHL stadiums now. So I don't think there's any in football yet, but I'm sure we'll see it.
Well, it's funny you should say that.
Uh-oh.
Exit 2.
The Baltimore Ravens are now the second NFL team to enter into a marketing agreement with the casino. This is a multi-year deal between the Ravens and Horseshoe Casino Baltimore, which is a few blocks away from the stadium. It's a huge game day destination anyway, and now it's just going to be even bigger because the casino is now the official casino of the Ravens, and the Ravens are now the official NFL team of that specific casino.
It's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, so they're going to be doing
what a great way to tailgate.
They're going to be doing a lot of promotions for the team. I saw one of them that's going to be interesting. They suggested that they're going to have a promo that they're going to be giving away trips on the team plane.
Okay. That's weird. That's the first of that kind of promotion that I've ever heard of.
That's actually a great promotion. I mean, just to introduce it. I mean, they're going to have Raven stuff in the casino.
If you're traveling with the team, does that also mean you get tickets to the away game?
They did not say to the games.
Yeah, well, you gotta give them tickets.
Well, no, that was one of the suggested promos. They're going to have other ones. They're even turning a 3-level bar on the property into a Ravens themed bar.
Oh, cool.
So, this is a multi-year deal.
Now, will the Ravens players be allowed to go into the casino or go into the bar or the restaurant? Because I know NFL has some strict policies with regard to that.
They can't go and gamble.
Okay, but they could go in and have a meal at the casino, right?
It's part of. They relaxed their rules with regards to casinos and advertising and everything.
I would guess
but
so.
You can't. The players still can't do events in the casino. Remember that fantasy football camp that I think Tony Romo did?
Yeah,
that was disallowed because
he was actually doing fantasy football.
But it was in the casino.
Yeah, well, it's gambling in the casino.
It's not technically gambling.
Oh,
Come
right.
on,
Oh,
come on.
Stop.
Come on,
It's
don't
gambling.
knock fantasy football. But the rule right now is as long as the casino doesn't take any revenue from the gambling that the casino realizes from the increased traffic, they're fine. So that's the rule right now, and they're going to be doing this. This is the second one. You had the Cowboys do it with WinStar Casino in Oklahoma. So this is sort of the same thing. And also the casino is going to be sponsoring legendary moments and plays in Ravens history.
Okay.
On the scoreboards.
Will this incorporate when they were the Baltimore Colts, or they're just going by the Ravens?
I don't think. I thought it was Cleveland Browns, but wasn't it the Cleveland Browns that moved to Baltimore?
Oh, no, but Baltimore Colts were there before the Ravens.
Right. No, they're not going to have the Colts stuff.
Okay.
So that it's only for the Ravens. No one owns the other trademarks. So,
Okay.
That's the thing, that it's only this trademark that's being used.
Okay, so they have to stick with the Ravens.
Exit 3.
Staying with football, but a different league. The Alliance of American Football, thank God they changed their initials regarding their acronym, because it used to be AAFL, which was awful. Now they are
It's AAF.
the Alliance of American Football, AAF. They announced that they're going to have their title game in Las Vegas for 2 years in a row.
So the championship game is going to be in Vegas. Huh?
2019 and 2020 championship games are going to be in Vegas. They're going to be in Sam Boyd Stadium, which is home to the Las Vegas Bowl and the UNLV football team.
So when does this start? Does this start this year, or what's going on?
The title match is going to be April 27th of 2019.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty soon, though.
Yeah, and it's going to air on CBS.
Oh, okay. You know what? I took a look at the Alliance of American Football. Look, they only have 8 teams. I'm sure they're going to expand to see how this goes.
And a 10-game season.
But nothing in the Northeast. Nothing. I'll tell you, they're the Atlanta Legends, the Birmingham Iron, Orlando Apollos, the Memphis Express, the Arizona Hotshots, the Salt Lake Stallions, the San Antonio Commanders, and the San Diego Fleet.
Okay, that last one's kind of...
Yes.
I had trouble with Birmingham Iron, but that San Diego Fleet one is just a little questionable. But
they have a battleship on the logo.
They don't even have a Las Vegas franchise.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised that they're doing it there.
The last pro team that was in Las Vegas, a professional football team, was one of the UFL teams, the United Football League, from 2009 to 2012. And that's the last time they actually had a professional football team in Vegas. Matter of fact, this is the stadium that is being suggested for the Raiders if they move before 2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering where they were going to play.
Yeah, this might be the place where they go. But, again, it looks like the Raiders are going to stay put to 2020. Wow, that's Leatherhead football.
Exit 4.
And a little taste of our home. Not a good taste, but ex-Major League Baseball player Lenny Dykstra was in the news again. This time he pleaded not guilty to drug and terroristic threats from an altercation he had with an Uber driver back in May 23rd.
This is weird. So allegedly he's claiming that the Uber driver wasn't going where he wanted him to go, or he was kidnapping him, or some weird stuff going on. I don't even know what. I mean,
the Uber driver.
I can't believe this is going to court. This should be settled.
Simply put, the Uber driver was hired to go to a certain destination. They can't change destinations.
Okay, so in mid-ride,
you can't
I
change
guess
it. You can't change it.
You can't say, you know what?
No.
On other. Now that I think about it, we got to go to this other place.
Right.
You can't do that.
No. I think Uber may be changing that because of this situation, because technically it was kidnapping. I mean, legally, under the definition, you could construe it as kidnapping.
Well, I don't
but
know.
It's,
but the guy didn't change where he was going, so
right.
I guess
it was against Dykstra's will, and he wasn't able to leave.
No.
That's why he was screaming kidnapping. That's all.
Really? Is that what he was saying?
That's why he's screaming kidnapping.
Okay.
And then the Uber driver said that Dykstra put a gun to his head. There's a whole bunch of he said, she said stuff. And it's just a crazy thing. And when the police came and arrested Dykstra, they found drugs in his possession. And God bless his attorney, because he said that if you knew his client, you knew what a great guy he was.
Well, I hope everything works out, because I hate to see he was an ex-Philly and an ex-Met, and so everyone in the Northeast knows Lenny Dykstra. And, from talking, other than this stuff, talking to people, he seems like a nice guy.
Oh,
he seems like a down-to-earth kind of
He's always fun to listen to him on the radio.
kind of guy.
Yeah.
So,
here's the list. Since retiring from baseball, Dykstra has served prison time for bankruptcy fraud, grand theft auto, money laundering. Declared bankruptcy in 2009, claiming he owed more than $31 million and had only $50,000 in assets.
Wow.
So he's been having kind of a rough time since he got out of baseball.
Yeah, but hopefully this pleads out, and I don't want to see Lenny go to prison, or hopefully this goes away pretty soon. So
yeah, again, this is all alleged back and forth, and it's a he said, she said. It could be ended up being just a complete misunderstanding. So he wanted to go a different way. The driver didn't want to go that way. Couldn't go that way, and it escalated from there. We'll see what happens. But he pled not guilty.
Well, that'll about do it, and I just want to remind everyone that this week's trip down the Turnpike is sponsored by the Michigan Lottery Online. Choose from over 50 different online lottery games today, including their new Halloween-themed games, all online at the Michigan Lottery. And now get 10 free games of Queen of Diamonds when you sign up using our promo code RADIO10 at MichiganLottery.com. That's promo code RADIO10 at MichiganLottery.com. Must be at least 18 years or older, a Michigan resident, and in Michigan to play online.
And to get in touch with Turnpike Sports, you can call or text us at 609-512-6510. That's 609-512-6510. At Turnpike Sports is our addresses on both Facebook and Twitter. That's at Turnpike Sports. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Don't forget to order your International Bikini Team's 2018 calendar. info@internationalbikiniteam.org is the email address for more information. And also check out the show. It's distributed through iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, Libsyn. And also, if you go to turnpikesportsradio.com, you can click on the podcast button and take a listen to every single episode we've released.
And stick around when we come back. It's our pick segment. I didn't do too bad again this week, so nothing like a fiasco like the Chicago Bears of the week before. So
no, they got brocked.
Yeah, stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. Bookmaker William Hill is suing FanDuel for copyright infringement. William Hill is alleging that FanDuel took identically worded portions of its how-to bet guide and provided it to their own customers. In one section, William Hill's name actually appears in FanDuel's guide. 2 more states have released their sports betting revenue numbers for the month of September. Last month, Mississippi took $31.7 million in bets, and West Virginia took $10 million in wagers. Both states started sports betting activities in August, and both have seen an increased amount of wagers placed since the start of the football season. And finally, Apple users will now be able to use their devices to bet in New Jersey. Apple gave the okay to BetStars 888 and PlayMGM, allowing the apps to be downloaded from their App Store onto Apple devices. Prior to this announcement, only Android users could bet from their phones or tablets in the Garden State. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports.
A real abandoned prison in Philadelphia becomes the #1 haunted attraction in America. Terror Behind the Walls at Eastern State Penitentiary, presented by Luke Oil. with a new infirmary attraction for 2018. Are you brave enough to opt in for a more intense experience? You could be grabbed, sent into hidden passageways, and even separated from your group. Save $10 with coupons from any Lukoil location. TerrorBehindTheWalls.com.
From super comfortable flights to the hottest music, Virgin always delivers the best experience. Now it's time to experience how we do online casinos. Sign up at virgincasino.com with promo code Radio15 and you'll get $15 bonus money on top of our $100 real cashback welcome offer. Enjoy your favorite slot and casino games, including Cleopatra, Wheel of Fortune, Monopoly, Blackjack, and so much more. You're sure to have a good time. See 21 over and located in New Jersey. New patrons only. $10 minimum deposit and wager required to qualify for $100 real cashback. Bonus money must be played through one time before withdrawal. Rules and dates apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We'll get right back to the show, but I want to take a minute to talk to you about Bean Genius. How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at beangenius.com. And Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at beangenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to beangenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at beangenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. beangenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And for your viewing pleasure, 6 free spicy movies on DVD, plus free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. So go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. Again, that's BABE16. Because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. Now it's our pick segment, which, by the way, I didn't do too badly. 2-1. Second week, I was 2-1.
I had kind of a little rough week again, but
I never got to 3-0 like you, though.
No, that may be the high point of my season. So we'll try it again. So
by the way, we stick by our picks, meaning when we pick them, we're actually going to put money on them. So
and
we're going to put our money where our mouths are, literally. So
we are complete suckers.
Yes. So and this is a reminder that this week's Pro Pick segment is sponsored by VirginCasino.com. They have more than 200 games to enjoy, plus new and rewarding promotions every week. Come experience what VirginCasino.com is all about. Now get $15 bonus money plus up to $100 real cash back when you sign up for a new account at VirginCasino.com with promo code Radio15. 21 years or older. Terms and restrictions apply. Problem gambler? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And remember, all these picks will appear up on the Turnpike Sports blog after the show posts, about maybe an hour or so after it posts, but it'll be up on the blog. You can comment on them. You can take a look at them. You can shoot an email to us with your own picks, comment, make fun of our picks. We'll see exactly how everyone else does against us sometimes, too. Again, it'll be turnpikesportsradio.com. Click on the blog, and they'll be up as soon as the show posts.
Well, I guess I'll start. They killed me last week, but you know what? I'm going to do it again. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati is a 4.5 favorite with an over-under of 54. Let me tell you, Cincinnati had a tough loss against Pittsburgh and Kansas City Chiefs, but the Tampa Bay are nowhere near the talent of those two teams, and Tampa Bay it's just terrible. It's a mess what's going on there, and I think Cincinnati is going to do good with being at home, and I think I want to take the Cincinnati Bengals and lay the points.
I went with this game too, and the Bucs are looking to get over 500, and they just switched quarterbacks from Fitzmagic to Jameis Winston, and a lot of people are not happy about that. I don't see that team getting anywhere near what Cincinnati's been doing all year. Cincinnati's been playing great all the way through this season.
They've been playing tough teams.
I'll tell you this. I don't trust Andy Dalton too much. I mean, every game you just got to hold your breath with him because you don't know what you're going to get.
I trust him against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers more than I trusted him against the Pittsburgh Steelers and Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, like you, I picked the Bengals. Anything more than the 4.5, though, I would have gone the other way.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah. All right. Next game that I went with is Baltimore Ravens at Carolina Panthers. Ravens are a 2-point favorite, and there's an over-under 43 points in this game. I'm still not quite sure why the Panthers are the underdogs here. Watching them all season, they seem to have turned into one of the most consistent teams in the league. They just won against the
Eagles.
The Eagles came back in the fourth quarter, and
but look, they were dominated those first three quarters.
But again, they came back.
A win's a win, though.
That's
a win's
the thing.
A win,
and that was their first road win. But they're back home, and they are still undefeated at home. The Panthers right now are 4-1 against the spread, against the team with the winning record, and they're 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 home games. I really think the Panthers are going to stay unbeaten, at least for another week, because I like I said, I don't even understand why the Ravens are favored in this game, especially with Carolina.
I think it's that good Baltimore defense.
It's not as good as it used to be, and again, Carolina is a completely different team at home. So I went with the Panthers.
Well, it sounds good. My game is Washington Redskins at the New York Giants. The Washington Redskins are a 1-point favorite with an OU of 42. You know, I picked the Giants last week to keep it close. However, their defense got a lot worse with the trade of Eli Apple.
I still think they traded the wrong Eli.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? It's a 1-point spread, which basically is a pick 'em. The Giants are awful. I mean, I'm taking the Redskins and laying the point.
Well, the Giants are right now having a fire sale.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I don't think the Washington Redskins are going to beat the Giants by that much. A field goal, maybe a touchdown. That's it. I mean, they're not going to blow out the Giants.
No, because
they're not good either.
No, the Washington is not that much better of a team. But you know what? When the Giants got rid of Harrison and Eli Apple, you might see Adrian Peterson have a big game. You know? So, again, it's one of those things. The Giants are in now a complete rebuild mode, but I still think you're right that they are better than the Redskins as constituted right now. Final game of the week. I think we both have this game, so we're going to talk about it together. Green Bay Packers at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are a 9-point favorite, and there's an over-under of 57. Everyone is expecting the Rams to go 8-0 after this game, and I don't doubt it.
No,
quite honestly.
absolutely.
I think the Rams outclassed the Packers in every position possible except for one, and it's the important one, Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Now, Goff is playing well this year. He is nowhere near Rodgers' level, and I think that's going to be enough to keep Green Bay close to them.
Oh, absolutely. I can't remember an Aaron Rodgers Packers-led team that has been an underdog by 9 points, and I just think – I mean, look, I'll understand if the Rams were favored by 3, 4, even 6, but 9, that's way, way too much. I think I'm not saying like you, I think the Rams are going to win this, but I'm taking Green Bay to cover.
I went with Green Bay too, and it doesn't seem logical to have a 9-point spread.
Yeah.
Unless no one has any confidence in that Green Bay defense.
I think this point spread may move
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get closer to Sunday. I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
right
sure.
now, as we're saying this, it's a 9-point. The Rams are 9-point favorites, but I can't see that staying still.
No. So, it'll be fun to watch this game. I think you're right. I think the line is going to shift a little bit.
It has to. I mean, it just
So
out of
just
whack.
just to recap, all the games I did: Panthers, Bengals, and Packers.
I did Bengals, Redskins, and Packers.
All right, so we did 2 of the same games, and like I said at the beginning of the segment, these picks will appear on the Turnpike Sports blog. Go to turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog button, and you will see the picks appear probably within an hour or so after the show is released. And that'll about do it for this episode. We have a little short episode this week, but it's going to be fun to watch these games. It's going to be fun to watch the rest of the World Series too, even though it's a 2-0 lead by the Red Sox.
Yeah, I think the Dodgers have to climb out of that hole. Hey, who knows? What it's in a National League park. I don't think the pitchers for the Red Sox are used to hitting, so we'll see what happens. So, hey, have a great World Series. Have a fun time watching NCAA football, pro football, and basketball, hockey. And, hey, throw some money down. Make some money. So see you next week on the Turnpike.